Attention, passionate Dallas Cowboys fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East, and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another championship run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Dallas Cowboys fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, when you look at the Dallas Cowboys in 2025, it's impossible not to notice that this season has been a bit of a roller coaster. On the one hand, you've got a team that is showing flashes of brilliance on offense, flashy plays, great ball movement, and a quarterback who is doing everything he can to keep the team in the game. But on the other hand, there's a persistent problem that's been haunting them: defensive lapses, giving up crucial drives at the worst moments, and an inability to close out games. It is a story that is familiar to Cowboys fans, yet every week brings new twists, new challenges, and new lessons. Right now, they sit at 2-3-1, which, if you think about it, isn't the worst record, but it is certainly not what they envisioned at the start of the season. What has really been the storyline so far? Well, the offense, led by Prescott, has been remarkably consistent in avoiding turnovers. Actually, they've gone 3 weeks without a single giveaway. That is no small feat in today's NFL, where turnovers can flip the entire momentum of a game. Prescott has been steady, making smart decisions and leading drives that keep the team competitive even when their defense struggles. But and there is always a but. The offense has also shown moments of inconsistency, especially in clutch situations. You see, the Cowboys can move the ball, they can put up points, but when it counts most, they sometimes falter. That is the frustrating part for fans and players alike. And speaking of frustration, after their latest game, a narrow 30-27 loss to the Panthers, Prescott was candid about what has been going on. When asked if the notion that the Cowboys need to be perfect offensively to win is becoming demoralizing, he didn't go that far. He chose his words carefully, but made it clear that it is a source of frustration, no doubt. I wouldn't say it is demoralizing, but I would definitely say it is frustrating, Prescott admitted. Right, like even the last time we had the ball, probably not our best series of the game right there other than the 3-and-out to start the game off. At a crucial point like that, we just can do that. On top of that being the last time we touched the ball. It makes it frustrating, and you see that as the core of the issue. The Cowboys had a chance to seal the deal late in the game. They took a lead 24-20 after Prescott connected with George Pickens for a touchdown late in the third quarter. The stadium was alive, confidence was building, and everything seemed to be pointing towards a pivotal victory. But then, as often happens in the NFL, the defense faltered. The Panthers responded with a 10-play drive, retaking the lead with a touchdown. It was a heartbreaking moment for Cowboys fans, especially because the defense, which has been inconsistent all season, allowed that drive to happen. Not only that, but Prescott's offense had a chance to answer back. But a botched snap and 2 incomplete passes led to a field goal that tied the game at 27-27. That is where the real frustration kicks in. Because in that final stretch, the Cowboys had the ball again, in a great spot-own 46-yard line with over 8 minutes to go. And what happens? They go 3-and-out, punting the ball back to Carolina. Now, this isn't a new story for Dallas. It is a recurring theme. The defense, which should be able to hold the fort and give the offense a chance to win, couldn't get that critical stop. And with the clock ticking down, the Panthers methodically drove the ball down the field, eating up time until Ryan Fitzgerald kicked the game-winning 33-yard field goal as time expired. That is the harsh reality of the NFL. It is a game of inches, of moments, and right now, the Cowboys' defense is not quite at the level needed to close those games out. Prescott, in his post-game comments, summed it up perfectly. That is the NFL. You trust that the guys are going to get a stop. Unfortunately, we had a PI call on 3rd down, and after that, they ate the clock up, kept running the ball. They won the 4th quarter, and that is the NFL. It is a brutal league, no doubt about it. And the Cowboys are learning some tough lessons early in the season. But what is interesting is how close they've been in all these games. Other than their Week 3 loss to the Bears, which was a blowout at 31-14, they've been in every game till the very end, close losses, narrow margins, a field goal here, a 4th quarter comeback there. That tight margin, that thin line between victory and defeat, is what is defining their season so far. And Prescott himself recognizes the importance of turning those near misses into wins. We got a good team that is grimy, he said. We got to find a way to win these games. That is the missing chink in the armor right now, whether it is the tied game or this game. We have got to find ways to win games. If we do that, we feel a whole lot different in the locker room. The mindset, of course, is that if they can just tighten up those critical moments, whether on offense, defense, or special teams, they'll start turning those losses into wins. But it's not just about hope. It's about execution, about resilience, about learning how to close out those games under pressure. Looking ahead, the Cowboys know they need to improve, and fast. They're facing a tough schedule, and every game counts. The NFC East, traditionally one of the most competitive divisions in the NFL, is shaping up to be even more fierce this year. The Eagles are still strong, the Giants are fighting hard, and the Commanders are looking to turn things around. For Dallas, the goal is clear. They need to find consistency, especially on defense, and develop that killer instinct to finish games. It's about mental toughness, about executing under pressure, and about avoiding those costly mistakes that have haunted them so far. One thing that's worth mentioning is the resilience of this team. Despite the setbacks, they're showing character. The offense is performing well and avoiding turnovers, which is a huge plus. Prescott is leading with experience and poise, and the coaching staff is trying to instill that same grit and determination into the entire squad. But the defense, which has been a mixed bag of moments of brilliance and lapses, needs to step up. They have to find a way to be more disciplined, more aggressive, and more reliable when it matters most. That's what separates good teams from great ones in the NFL. And it's not just about the players on the field. It's about the entire organization taking a hard look at what needs to be done to improve. Whether it's adjustments in scheme, more focus on fundamentals, or simply more mental toughness in crunch time, the Cowboys have the pieces to be a playoff contending team. But they must put it all together: offense, defense, special teams, and do it quickly, because the window of opportunity in the NFL is always closing. As fans, we've seen moments of brilliance before, and we know the potential this team has. The offensive line has been solid, giving Prescott time to operate, and the skilled players are talented enough to make game-changing plays. The question is whether the defense can rise to the occasion, whether they can develop that consistency, and whether the coaching staff can make the right adjustments as the season progresses. It's a test of character, a test of will, and a test of how well they can handle adversity. Because let us be honest, every team faces adversity, but only the best teams find a way to overcome it. Now, if you're wondering about the bigger picture, the NFC East is shaping up as one of the most intriguing divisions this year. The Cowboys are right there in the mix, but they need to start stacking some wins. The division is tight, and a few more losses could put them behind the 8-ball. But there's also room for optimism. The offense is playing well enough to keep them in games, and with a bit more defensive consistency, they could very well turn the season around quickly. And remember, this isn't a team that's giving up. They re-fighting, they relearning, and they re-pushing forward. The coaching staff knows what needs to be fixed, and the players are hungry to prove themselves. The season is still young, and there's plenty of football left to be played. For Cowboys fans, this is a time to stay hopeful but also realistic. The road to the playoffs is never easy, and every game is a battle. But if there's one thing that's clear, it's that this team has the talent, the heart, and the resilience to bounce back. They just need to tighten up those crucial moments, eliminate the mistakes, and find that extra gear to close out games. In the end, the 2025 season for the Cowboys is shaping up to be one of those seasons where perseverance will be tested. It's about how they respond to setbacks, how they learn from mistakes, and how they keep fighting until the very end. Because at the heart of it all, the Dallas Cowboys are a team with a rich history of resilience and comeback stories. And if they can harness that spirit, they're still very much in the hunt for another deep playoff run, maybe even that elusive Super Bowl title that fans crave so much. So keep your heads up, Cowboys Nation, because the best is yet to come. And this season is far from over. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What is your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. Do you believe they can turn things around? Which areas do you think need the most improvement? Let us get that discussion going. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and more of everything Cowboys. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let us keep believing in this team. Because at the end of the day, we all part of the Cowboy family. And together, we stronger.